A polynomial, we have the px. Okay, we have the px. So given the situation as written in the question, has a factor, full stop. Has a factor, full stop. So p, we have the px cubed plus p plus q x squared, p plus 2q x plus with the 1 has a factor. So in here, p negative 1 is equals to 0. So meaning that we have to substitute this one with the negative 1. Okay, repeat the situation. So p negative 1, p negative 1. So if it's a negative 1, we have negative p plus bracket p plus with the q. Okay, so negative 1 squared, so we can assume 1. So ignore. Then for this part, it is a negative 1. So we have negative p, negative 2q plus 1 equals to 0. Okay, simplify the situation. So negative p plus with the p, plus with the q, minus with the p, minus with 2q, plus with the 1 equals to 0. So if I simplify the situation, this one becomes 0. So negative p, negative q, plus with the 1 equals to 0. Express q in terms of p. So q is equals to p minus 1. Sorry. One minus p. So that is a situation for q equals to 1 minus p. Okay, so this one is the correct answer. Okay, so continue with the question B. So write the px in terms of p and x. So meaning that what we have to do is to substitute the q into the px. So in here, px is equals to px cubed plus bracket pq. So q in here is 1 minus p plus bracket p plus with 2q. So 2 multiplied with 1 minus p. Simplify the situation. So in here, we can simplify this part. So we will have x squared. Then in this part, p plus with 2 minus with 2p bracket, we have x. So if we simplify, we will have plus bracket 2 minus p bracket x plus with the 1. So that is the situation for px. So continue. Determine the quotient, means that qx, when the px is divided by x plus with the 1. Okay, so we have to make use of the long division. Okay, so question say determine the quotient. So make use of the long division. So number 1, make sure is px cubed. Okay, px cubed. So what we have to do is to multiply with p x squared. So that when you expand, you will have p x cubed. And then plus p x squared when you expand. So continue, simplify the situation. So for this part, become 0. Next, continue. So here we have 1 x squared minus with the px squared. So here we will have 1 minus p bracket square. Okay, x squared. Continue. Plus bracket 2 minus p multiplied with the x plus with the 1. So that is the following situation. So continue. Make sure 1 minus p disappear. So plus bracket 1 minus p bracket x. So if we expand, we will have 1 minus p bracket. Can you imagine or not? When we expand, we will have x squared. Continue. Plus bracket 1 minus p bracket x. So that is a situation. So simplify. So for this part, we can simplify, become 0. Continue. 2 minus with the 1. So we will have 1. And then negative p minus. So this one become plus. So it become 0. So here we will have 1x plus with the 1. So finally, plus with the 1. So we will have x plus with the 1. So our remainder is equals to 0. So question said find the quotient. So again, px is equals to qx multiply with the dx plus with the rx. So that is the second standard form. So rewrite the situation. So px is equals to px squared plus with bracket 1 minus p multiply with the x plus with the 1. So here we have the quotient. Next, multiply with the divisor, or we can say the factor. So x plus 1 plus with the 0. So finally, quotient is equals to px squared plus bracket 1 minus p x plus with the 1. So that is the answer for this question, which is the B. Continue. Refers to C. Okay, so now we move on to C. By referring to the question, hence, okay, hence, find the value of P if x is equals to 3. Okay, is one of the root for the situation. So in here is px is equals to 0. Using the value p, factorize the px completely. Okay, factorize the px completely. So in here they said x equals to 3 is one of the root. When we mention one of the root, means that it is a factor. So x minus 3 is the factor. Okay, right? So make it simple, meaning that when p 3, so we will have 0 for the remainder. Okay, px for the remainder. So what we have to do is to substitute the situation. So p3 is equals to, so x squared means that 3 squared. So we have 9p. Okay, continue, plus bracket 1 minus p multiply with the 3. Okay, continue, we will have here plus with the 1. Okay, plus with the 1. So bracket, we have x minus 1. Okay, x minus 1, x is 3. So we have 4. So finally, 0, p3 is equals to 0. So 9p plus with 3 minus 3p plus with the 1 bracket. So here we have 4. So simplify the situation. 6p plus with the 4 is equals to 0. So p is equals to, we have negative 4 over 6. So p equals to negative 2 over 3. Negative 2 over 3 is the value p. So question say, find the value p. So p equals to negative 2 over 3. Continue, using the value p, factorize the p completely. Factorize the p completely. So substitute the situation, which is, I factor out the negative. Okay, I factor out the negative. So negative 1 over 3 bracket. So we have 2x squared minus 5x and then minus 3 bracket x plus 1. So you try to imagine. So if I expand, so I will have positive 1. If I expand, I will have positive 5 over 3. If I expand, I will have negative 2x squared over 3. So I factor out the negative 1 over 3. Okay, so in here, kindly take note. Okay, kindly take note. For the 2x squared minus 5x minus 3. So I can press the calculator. Okay, I can press the calculator and then make use of the calculator to factorize the situation, which is 2x squared and then minus 5x minus 3. So if I press the calculator, I will have the situation px is equals to negative 1 over 3 bracket. So we have x minus 3. Okay, continue. We have 2x plus with the 1. Okay, and then finally we have x plus 1. So meaning that by using the calculator, factorize the quadratic expression 2x squared minus 5x minus 3. So I will have x minus 3, 2x plus 1. Okay, so the question said factorize the px completely. So that is my final answer for these questions.